Hey everybody, it's Jenny here, the Prevention DPT, and today is video 1 in our video series, the top 5 things I as a PT wish you as my patient knew. And video 1 is probably also one of the most important things that I wish people knew before I saw them, and that is ask for advice ASAP. I love the alliteration, but really it's when should you see a PT? And the answer probably is now if you're asking that question. So when should you see a PT? What my recommendation would be is if you've been having pain for more than a few days or up to like a week that has stayed the same or gotten worse, go to your doctor, get the PT referral, see a PT now. If you've had pain that's gotten better but isn't quite gone and is still affecting you, the things you like to do or your work or things like that, go to the doctor, get a PT referral, see a PT now. So many people are resistant to going in within just a few days to a week. Oh, well, I just got hurt. I'm going to wait a few weeks. I'm going to wait a couple months, see if it gets better. The thing is, yes, you can do that, but the sooner you get in to see a physical therapist, the more likely you are to get better really quickly and to get that pain down to a 0 or a 1 and just get back to your everyday life. So I'm going to show you a few graphs. Now these are not based on any research articles. These are graphs that are based on my professional experience in treating patients. And what I see is that, let's say graph number 1 is that patient that comes in after only having pain for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and they get that PT referral, they're in to see me. This is what I expect their graph to look like when it comes to their pain over time. And that is, you see a steep drop in their pain very quickly. So a short period of time their pain goes down to really manageable levels, if not down to a 0. I may only need to see this person for a month or even a couple weeks, maybe just once a week. So on that evaluation, we're taking a look at what's going on, and I'm giving them a home exercise program. And now this is contingent on the fact that they're doing the home exercises that I give them. But if they're doing those exercises, I see them early. A lot of times they're in and out within, a month, maybe a little longer. And the really great thing for those people is that they now have the tools and resources, a home exercise program, and the education, so that if and when that pain recurs, they already have the tools to jump back in on that exercise program, because a lot of times if that pain comes back, it's because you're not keeping up with your exercises. So now they already have those tools, and they don't even have to go back into the PT to see me again, because they have the means to keep that pain down, bring that pain back down if it reoccurs. So these are the ideal patients, and unfortunately in my experience, these are the fewest of the patients that we see. Unfortunately, that is just for some reason, probably partially because our healthcare system is not focused on preventative medicine, but that's a whole nother soapbox topic. So if you've got pain, if it's just been going on for a few days and you're not really sure what to do, make that doctor's appointment and ask for a PT referral. Now, the next group of people that we tend to see are those people that sit with the pain for a few months. So they twinge their back, they twinge their shoulder. Oh, I don't really have time to make the doctor's appointment. Oh, we'll just see if it gets better. After a few months, it's not getting better, it's gotten worse, it's really affecting them. That's when they go in, they see the doctor, they get the PT referral. And this is what I expected their graph to look like. Now, some people do get better really quickly, even after a few months of having continual pain, or the pain that, gets better, comes back, gets better, comes back. Their graph may go down like group number 1, but more likely that is going to be a little more gradual. So the pain is going to take a little bit more time to get down to those lower levels or even to that 0. So these are still, this is a good time frame. This is not like, oh, I'm not going to get better if I've waited just a few months. It just may take you a little more time. I may want to see you a little more frequently initially, like 2, maybe even 3 times a week, so we can really start getting those pain cycles to come back down. a lot of times after even just a few weeks, but if you waited a few months, you've started to adapt, you started to compensate for that pain. So for example, if you have pain in your shoulder, maybe you're avoiding reaching up overhead, or you're using the other arm a lot more, or you're kind of lifting your shoulder up to compensate for that pain. So we're having to kind of fight against some of those habits that you've formed. We're having to maybe deal with some tightness or some lack of motion. So there tends to be a few things that maybe have started to come into play after that period of time that may take a little bit longer with PT, but a lot of times we do see a good amount of improvement with pain. And again, you've gotten more resources, more education, a home exercise program that you're doing consistently, and those things are going to help you. So in the future, if and when that pain recurs, again, you have tools to help you bring that pain back down. So these are also ideal patients, and we see more people within this group than within the 1 week group. They tend to get better, but it may take you a little bit longer. And then number 3, I would say these are the biggest group of patients that I see is within this time frame of what we call chronic pain. So after you've had pain for about 3 months, we consider that chronic pain. It's been lasting for over 3 months. And these patients tend to struggle more with seeing progress quickly. So what I often see is it's been 6 months, a year, maybe even a couple years that they've dealt with this pain off and on. They've gone in and out of the doctor, or maybe they waited to see a doctor for 6 months, and then the doctor didn't give them a referral to PT for a while. They tried some other options. Now they finally got a PT referral and they're in to see me. And they've really gotten all these compensations and adaptations and habits to avoid that pain that have now caused secondary issues that we're going to have to fight against, and we're going to have to try to work to improve. So this is what I would expect their graph to look like. Now, your graph, again, depending on you, your graph, even after a year, may look like 1 and 2. More likely what I see is kind of this up and down and up and down, and we see some improvement, and we may see an exacerbation. Their pain comes back, then we work to improve it, bring it back down, and it may come back and go up and down until we get them at more consistent low levels of pain. This is typical because we get into this pain cycle where our body, we're not necessarily causing an injury. Pain doesn't necessarily mean we're injured. It just means that our body says, I don't think you want to do that, and sends a signal to our brain that we interpret as pain that says, maybe I shouldn't move this way because I've had pain in the past. Or my muscles are really tight, so I'm noticing some pain because they're tighter than usual. Or the joint's not moving quite right, so my body's sending a signal that I interpret as pain. And this is just a challenging cycle to get out of. It's going to take time and consistent physical therapy, consistency with your home exercise program, and again, patience, because it may take you longer to see those long-term improvements. It doesn't mean you won't get better. It just means you're going to have to be patient. And that's where a lot of people struggle, because we are a country in America of people that want to see progress immediately. We want to see tomorrow that my PT gave me exercises and my pain is from a 9 out of 10 to a 1 out of 10 in one day. That's not going to happen, especially if you're in the chronic pain group in that long-term pain cycle. It is going to take time. You're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to be patient. But you can see progress with physical therapy. So no matter how long you've had pain, whether it's a week or whether it's been 5 years you've had low back pain and you've never had PT for it, you can get better. PT can help you and help you live a more functional, more happy, more active life. Okay? Even if you don't get down to a 0, if you're in those chronic pain sufferers, if your pain even goes down a few numbers, you know what that means for you. You know how much that could benefit you, and being able to pick up your grandkids or be able to go out and play with your dog. These are huge, huge things that some people didn't do for years because of pain that PT can help you with. So number 1, most important thing I wish people knew was get in to see a PT as soon as possible. And if you're one of those that's been having pain for 2 years and never seen a PT, make that appointment today. That's yours as soon as possible, and that's okay. You can see progress. So join me next week for video number 2. And any questions, any things like that, comment below. I'd love to answer anything I can, or, you know, address anything you'd like to know in future videos. So comment below anything you'd like to see in the future. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you for video number 2. Bye!